Hey guys, Fear880 and welcome to a new video on dash cams. Dash cam in a Jeep, how does that work about? If you're doing a Google search on this particular device and this is your first time to my channel, welcome aboard. To the rest of my subscribers, you're probably like, why in the world is he doing a video about dash cams? Most of y'all know that I used to be in law enforcement, had about a 9-year law enforcement career. And also now when you listen to the traffic reports, all you hear is hit and run, hit and run, hit and run. A lot of collisions are happening and a lot of people are doing a lot of scamming. So over in Russia, if you do any Google searches on YouTube, that is the new thing, is car crashes and Russian car dash cam videos and stuff. It's the new trend. My personal opinion, I see it going into a law in the next 3 to 5 years for the USA to be a requirement in all vehicles before you can get a car registered or before you can get insurance. So this is what we're going to be installing into the Jeep. Now, there is no name brand. What you search by is G1WH. That is the actual model number for this particular dash cam. While I'm talking about this, I'm going to kind of put a little picture in, and also there will be a link below in the show me more part of this video of the Amazon link that I used to purchase this. I believe this is either $49 or $59, which is really an excellent price for a dash cam. When I first started searching into this, I expected to pay $199 for one, and in some cases that would have been worth it. So after doing some Google searches, this is the top rated dash cam that I can find, period. So that for, under 70 bucks, I think that's well worth it. So let's give this a shot. So as you can see, it's pretty self-explanatory what comes in the box. You've got your actual dash camera itself. You have a windshield suction mount. You've got a USB data transfer cable to transfer the data from the camera to your device, or you can just simply remove the micro SD card. And this is going to be the tricky one. This is the 12 volt. Let me take this out of the plastic here. So this is going to be your 12 volt power source, which powers it through a USB cable, USB type terminal connection. What I'm going to try to do is, and I've seen a lot of people also do the review on this, I'm going to hardwire this into the Jeep somehow where I can have my camera permanently mounted to the windshield, but also have the wiring permanently mounted into the Jeep where I don't have to keep fumbling with it. If this dash cam turns into to be a good device and it works really well, I'm basically just going to purchase a couple more for the rest of the vehicles that we have. So this is your, so you got your steering column and your ignition switch connection is right here. And when you unplug it with a tester meter, my 12 volt power on when I turn the key on is going to be this pink wire with this white stripe. So we've got our power source. So the correct way to do this, if you were trying to do a very professional, correct way to do it would be to remove the header trim, this area of the A-pillar trim, and this trim, and just run the wire down here, which I can get to here, and then splice it into here. I've went ahead and already cut my 12 volt power source or 12 volt cigarette lighter connector off, and I do only have 2 wires, a positive and a negative. What I'm hoping I can do, and I'm pretty sure I can do this, I'm hoping I can just kind of fish this in through here. Ideally, I would kind of like the wire to come down right here into the area that I'm going to be mounting the dash cam. Okay. So I've got myself here. I can easily run it down here now. And there you go. Cool. Okay, so basically what I did was I just followed the seam of the molding through the latch area here around the roll bar and then straight down here to this panel. And then all I do now, this is really, really simple, is run this through to an opening right here. Okay. And that's it. I'm gonna splice my wiring in real quick, and then this feed will be live. What I did to make things a little bit more better is I ran the ground right there to that 10mm screw. The pink wire with the white stripe is the 12-volt positive when the key is in the on position. Again, as I caution, do this at your own risk. It probably would be better for you to find a better power source, but that's the power source that I'm going to choose to use. Now, here's the major problem. It doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? As I was looking at this further, this is the cigarette lighter piece. Let's see if this can focus in. "12 volts in, 5 volts out." Sure enough, just like on a regular USB. USB is 12 volts or 5 volts DC. So this is the step-down power supply that was built into the cigarette lighter part. So that is a slight issue. This needs to be tied into the circuit somehow. What I'm going to do, I think the easiest way to do this is I'm going to pull this cover off, because I've got plenty of wire right here, and I'm going to use my soldering iron and just solder it in here, and then wrap it up in electrical tape as far as this right here, so this doesn't come in contact with anything. And then that will give me the step down converter I need to have the USB port output 5 volts. I was going to wait till tomorrow, but I got my soldering iron, I've got my lead. Oh shoot. Alright, keys on ignition, so this should be dead. Okay. So lead going up, lead coming from the ignition switch. I'm going to basically unsolder those wires from the board, go straight to the board. Obviously this is going to be my input, and this is going to be my output. So let's give this a shot. There is the converter board soldered in. Now I don't know exactly where I'm going to put this yet. I'm going to wrap some tape around this and then put it back together, but it is working. I am going into the menu system right now and changing the date and changing the time so I can get this thing set up and put it into the Jeep. Day two. Now I thought this was going to be really simple. Boop, 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 done. 3-minute video. But I ran into a major problem. I'm going to kind of show you some pictures here while I'm describing what happened. The cigarette lighter assembly is a step-down converter. It steps the 12-volt DC down to USB 5-volt. Oops. Luckily, the camera has a circuit overload protection thing where I didn't fry the camera, I didn't fry the step-down converter or anything like that. So what I did was I took the 12-volt cigarette lighter connector apart. Electronic board, there was the step-down converter. I unsoldered the wires where I'd snipped them to install the actual USB wire into my molding here, or the all around the windshield area, to conceal the wire. And last evening, after making all the other videos, I soldered those wires into the board, positive to positive, negative to negative, and poof, magically everything came together just fine. And it works, and it actually looks pretty good. So come here and check this out. So from outside the vehicle, it does blend in very much with the rear view mirror. With the wire concealed up in the windshield trim area, down the A-pillar area, everything works out just fine and actually looks really, really good. My particular source that I chose to tap into the power is the connector that goes to the ignition switch. Now there's a disclaimer on there that I will disclaim at the end of this video. And of course behind here is the wiring going up the A-pillar, but also the step-down converter from the cigarette lighter assembly. So with that all said and done, when you turn on your key switch, your unit turns on automatically and automatically starts recording. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So right now I'm going to use the audio from my audio recorder to do the audio for this recording, because the dash cams are not known for excellent audio. But this kind of gives you just a brief idea of what it looks like. And I'm sure most of you have already seen dash cam videos out there on YouTube, but this is just a little test to show you the quality of this unit. So all in all, how was it? If I had watched a video of this kind, if known about the cigarette light converter part thingamajiggy, I could have pre-planned that out, and I probably would have used some extra wire that I had cut off when running the USB cable around the trim of the windshield down to my power source. Now, major disclaimer. I did not know the plug to the ignition switch is right there. If you don't have mechanical knowledge or electrical knowledge and stuff, don't do this. Have a professional find a different power source for your dash cam. Tapping into the ignition switch is risky. It is a disclaimer. If it's done incorrectly, you could screw a lot up. So big disclaimer here. Otherwise than that, pretty cool little device, especially for the price and especially for what it can protect you on. So guys, thanks again for watching my videos. Click subscribe or like around here, and we will see you soon.